Hello, medical volunteer team. My name is Karis. I work with Kara on Awaken Medical Team as a volunteer, and I am making this video to go over the tablets that you guys are going to have during junior high summer camp. These are our Awaken Medical tablets that we have with us at all conferences and events that we need them, and we have updated them for camp. So what you guys are going to have here on the home screen, you can see there are 3 different things that are available to you, different tiles. The first one is going to be the medical report. So if you click on that, you'll have Wi-Fi at camp. So these are connected, and you'll be able to use them just in case the Wi-Fi isn't working. We will have a couple of printed copies as backups. So that's available, but hopefully that doesn't happen because it's a lot easier on the tablet. But you can go through and just fill out the form for each individual that has a medical emergency. So you put in their name, date of birth, phone number, what campus they're from, just so that it's easy for us to look it up if we're ever asked for this information in the future. And then just basically the injury and what you do about it. So it's pretty basic. Nothing on this form is required to be filled out in order to submit it. So if you get to a category where you're like, this doesn't apply to this situation, just skip it, move on, put in what's needed, based on your clinical judgment, what's of note for that person, and then go ahead and press submit. This is just for liability reasons, but then also for our own training purposes so that we can keep track of what it is that we're doing as the medical team, what supplies are being used, and all of that. The next thing that you have on here is that camper roster. So that's uploading here. So that's right in the middle. And right now we're still working on getting this document together with the emergency contacts, but you can see on here, I'll make it a little bigger for you. These are all the allergies the campers are in alphabetical order, and then it has the things that they're allergic to. There are a couple of serious allergies on here, including Tylenol for 2 different campers. So make sure before treating anyone, you go ahead and look them up on the camper roster. Using the alphabetical order, it's really easy just to scroll through. It's in alphabetical order by last name, and then look and make sure that they're not allergic to anything, because heaven forbid, we don't want to have any allergic reactions. The last thing that you'll find on this tablet screen is the emergency medical protocols. Now, this is a protocol. It's the same one if you were with us at conference that we used for conference. It's been updated for summer camp. Just the protocol is the same. The medic comes on scene. We call 911. It's basically just a breakdown of like, ushers don't need to be involved unless they're needed for grabbing things to respond to the medical emergency. Who's in charge? If you're running a code, it's the medic on scene with the highest level of licensure, whether it be an MD or a nurse or whoever else, whichever volunteer is most highest license. That's the one that's kind of in charge of what's going on. And it just goes through kind of step by step. So it's not something that you would use in the middle of a medical emergency. We're aware of that. But if you wanted to just prepare yourself and prepare your mind for how that would go, you have this. And every volunteer for all of summer camp got a copy of this. So they kind of know what to expect and what it might look like if there was an emergency. And then on this list, probably most importantly, is a copy of the address of the summer camp. So if you were to call 911, the very first thing that they're going to ask is, where are you? So that's found here, so you're not scrambling. I don't know how good the cell phone service is going to be out there, but you can just look on this document with the quick touch tab, and find the address. And then it also has, like, if you call the parent or guardian and they're saying like, no, please don't call an ambulance because ambulances are expensive or whatever else, they don't think that it's enough of an emergency for that child to go in the ambulance, but they're coming to pick them up and need to take them to a hospital or an urgent care. I have looked up the closest hospital and urgent care for children / junior hires in that area. They're few and far between. So actually, believe it or not, Rady Children's is here in San Diego, is the closest ER hospital urgent care that you would want to take the child to. Not urgent care. There is a closer urgent care with limited hours, but if it's a serious medical emergency, Rady Children's is still the place that we would send them. But all of that info is listed right here for you as the 2nd or 3rd page on the emergency medical protocol. And so that is the tablet. This is what you'll have with you. If you absolutely need to use the internet, it won't look like there's a tab for that because this tablet is really for kind of limited use, but it is technically available. You can just go to the more button on the bottom and ask for the internet. If you were to look up like, hey, is this a symptom of heat stroke or whatever else, this is a good resource for you. And you should have these with you at all times. You'll have the chargers to charge them at night when you're not using them. And there will be 2 at summer camp. Just make sure you do not go anywhere at all without this tablet, mostly because A, we do not want to lose them. Stewardship is important, but then also you never know when you might need them and need access to this information. So just make sure to be diligent and have them with you and take good care of them. All right, thank you so much, guys.